Hello, welcome to West Enemy Sims. My name is Kelvin and how are you doing? In this video, in Around the World in The Sims 2, we are going to travel to Bali, Indonesia to build a Balinese inspired house. Before I go on to talk about Balinese style houses, let me talk about Enemy Sims channel. Currently, we are now at 630 at the time of recording. Thank you so much for supporting and subscribing to my channel. If you have not been subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and turn the notification bell on to get updates on retro Sims content. Now on to the build itself. Indonesia actually has a lot of diverse cultures within the country. The island nation itself has more than 10,000 islands alone, so you will see a lot of ethnic groups having different sets of cultures and different sets of lifestyles. And I picked Balinese because it's a little bit more familiar that I have encountered because I've been to Bali before, and this house is going to be Balinese inspired rather than trying to be very accurate in the sense of historical accuracy. A lot of items don't really match the actual references I've seen before, and yeah, a lot of them are just representative of similar look and style of the Balinese style house. So the first thing you see is the house is actually made up of different smaller houses or living quarters, and I will tell you each and every element that I researched about the Balinese house. So the first thing I built already, which is the gate, which is called Angkul Angkul, which is the gateway to the main house. And around the house is being fenced up by a wall called Aling Aling. So it is give the family in the house a little bit more privacy. And within the house, we have a lot of different quarters. And the one up on the north side, we call it Balai Maintain. Balai Maintain is actually a bedroom, which is where the master bedroom is, or owner of the house, and also the daughters who are unmarried will have a room there. So that's why there are two bedrooms split on that particular house. On the left would be Balai Dawo, which is another bedroom, or it could be an activity room for the family. In this case, I have the kids' room, which happen to be boys. Traditionally, unmarried boys will be living in Balai Dawo. And on the right would be Balai Gede or Balai Dangin, which is more of a ceremonial place for prayers and for rituals. But I'm going to remove the ritual part of the house because honestly there aren't any items that are similar to what Balinese prayer rituals available, and I'm not going to put anything that is going to be offensive to the Balinese culture. So I'm going to take away a little bit of a spiritual aspect to it. So in this case, the Balai Gede is going to be a formal dining room. They actually have ceremonial dinners in that place as well. And on the center, which is going to be Balai Akipat, or a living space, or so I would convert it into a living room. So family. It's actually a family room of sorts. And over on the south side near the gate, which is going to be the kitchen, which is Bion, and that will be the kitchen and also the common dining room area. So that is mainly for cooking and having meals. And there's one wooden deck at the back, and they call it the dumbong, which is more or less like a storage space. So, but I'm going to leave it empty. So, if you happen to download this slot, you can do whatever you want slot on that area. I have this really ornate Asian style columns to represent the intricate carvings on pillars and roofing and columns. Not going to be close to the actual thing, and I also have the windows are not exactly what it is, so I have those stained glass windows to represent the intricate carvings of the Balinese house. So the Balinese house is typically made out of wood or bamboo structure. Some richer ones actually have brick and mortar. So traditionally it's going to be a thatched roof, but I tried the thatched roof before that, but it doesn't look anything right. So I chose the stone tile instead. So the kitchen is very basic, it's very simple, have a lot of dark wood and stone tiles all over. And the dining area will be just bamboo dining area, bamboo chairs and tables. And the living room area going to be heavily in teak wood, which is a feature in Balinese architectural style. I borrowed these Moroccan style cushions because it reminds me of the intricate designs and patterns they love. And having a TV set and a stereo over here, and also I will have a family computer on that corner. We also have the guest bathroom in this lot. It's a total of 3 bathrooms. There's a lot of bathrooms here. 2.5 actually. All of them having both full bathrooms at the bedroom area, and one toilet will be at the living room area. So back to the master bedroom, I have a 4-poster bed, which is very grand, makes it well known that this is the master bedroom's how going to be like, very rich in colors, in dark wood panels as well. I'll later change it to red paneling, which is much more intricate and more heavy texture in style. So I'm going to have a bathtub on the master bathroom and just a shower on the kids' bedroom. One interesting part that I want to point out is in the formal dining room area, I actually put 2 dressers and I treat it as cabinets. So it is an interesting build idea that Dressers are not only meant as just dressers alone, you can put it in other places of the house to represent cupboards of cabinets. Because Sims 2 itself doesn't have a proper cabinet space. And in the daughter's bedroom, I keep it very teenage, pop style infused with the traditional furnishing. So it's make it feel a little bit meant to be for a younger person sleeping there. So for the kids' bedroom, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, as usual, a lot of interesting stuff, cute stuff going on, matching the aesthetic of a kid's bedroom, matched with some old school furniture. I even borrowed some Asian style furnishing, because seriously, The Sims 2 really doesn't have a lot of Southeast Asian style furnishing. So not even a lot of Asian style at all. So quite a lot of mix and match going on to fit the aesthetic close to it. So how do you find this around the world in the Sims 2 series thus far? So far, this is country number 17, and I really enjoyed this build a lot. In the future, I might need to go back to some of the countries I already built to build a different style of architecture, but using the same countries building style, but in a different way. So I already did one for China. So in China, for instance, I have the Chinese restaurant for the first round, and then I only earlier this year, and I built a Chinese village, apartment kind of a building. So let me know what you guys think, because I'm totally going to run out of ideas of different styles of buildings. If you have any country you're from, or any ideas that you want to be featured in the Sims 2 Around the World series, do leave me a comment and provide me some references for me to see. So maybe I'll take it as a challenge to build that kind of building in the Sims 2. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm going back to some of the buildings styles I have done before. So maybe one of them will be Japanese hotel. That is going to be very fun. It's going to be interesting because I'm not going to be full on traditional this time around. I'm going to mix with modern and really cutting edge technology kind of building style, because Japan itself is kind of a interesting mix of modern and traditional kind of a style in terms of their lifestyle. So it's going to be interesting to change it up a bit. So yeah, this is a really challenging build. There's quite not a lot of decorations that fit aesthetic of Indonesian style. There's a mix of Asian and Southeast Asian decorations all over the place. So yeah, and I'm gonna keep it really inspired by it rather than trying a traditional Balinese style house, because honestly, if you check out the pictures in Google search, they are really amazing, and it's really hard to emulate with the objects we have. So I'm really trying my best. Those who are from Indonesia, do point me out what are the styles, Balinese styles that could have worked in The Sims 2. Point out the inaccuracies. I'm interested to know. I'm going to learn all about Indonesia. It is a neighboring country from Malaysia. We have shared a lot of similarities of culture. Bali itself is kind of an interesting one because majority of Balinese people are Hindu, whereas the rest of Indonesia are majority Muslim. So you can see there's a distinctive different look in Balinese style houses compared to other uh, ethnic groups in Indonesia. So as I was saying, there are a lot of interesting styles from Indonesia. So don't worry if you see Indonesian style is not being fully represented, because I might plan to do another Indonesian house in the near future. Once I get the research down, so I'm going to build another house to represent Indonesia. So yeah, as I was doing the ballet maintain, I found out that the open alleyway isn't that big, so I just removed the walls and I put 2 doors to go directly to the bedrooms themselves. And also I've changed the fencing and I changed to half walls instead, because that wall fencing wasn't that interesting or didn't really match with most of the architectural styles. So I have a half wall instead. I painted the more stone texture to make it look matching with the rest of the house. I also have the stone texture underneath the foundations to make it look really heavily textured and look really nice. One of the common cultures we share with Indonesia and Malaysia is the language itself. This Bahasa Malaysia and Bahasa Indonesia is very, very similar. And yeah, actually I could understand about 80% of what Indonesians are talking about, as long as they don't use a lot of slang terms, only be understood in regional areas. And some differences, I would think that loan words come from English, mainly from Malay, and most loan words for Indonesia are actually from Dutch. So yeah, that is some colonial history. And speaking of some cultures, I actually omit, as I said before this, I actually omit some spiritual aspects of this house, and particularly in the corners of the houses, actually they actually have a prayer area or altar for their family, and also some shrines that I actually did not include in the house. I actually just replaced them with just trees, gardens, bushes. So yeah, if you have any idea how to build that shrine that is peaceful, do let me know how. I seen it done in The Sims 4. That actually did very well. They actually include those windows and some offerings that they did make it look really nice. But I'm not going to do that in this house. I will keep it relatively secular in this sense. So let's talk a little bit about landscaping. From what I learned from Balinese architectural styles, they want to build as harmonious with the nature as much as possible. So then I'm going to go full out a lot of plants and trees all over the courtyard area with a lot of banana trees, and also have some stone flooring as the paved pathways to lead to all the houses. A lot of bushes and flowers all around the house. And also notice I actually put a carpet in the middle to simulate there's a mosaic flooring. Sometimes if you don't feel like doing these mosaic patterns in using flooring, you can just put in a carpet that looks like a mosaic pattern, which is what I learned from one of the community lot in downtown. And also I decorated the trees around it with a lot of grass, a lot of ferns, a lot of bamboo roots as well to layer it up to give a little bit more depth and texture in terms of landscaping. Not so sure bamboo is native in Indonesia. I don't think so, but I kind of feel like there is I need some taller and shorter plants to make it more interesting. One of the same height all over the lot. So yeah, I expect a lot of plants around the house. Even inside the house, I even put in potted plants here and there to make it more interesting and lively. At the end of the video, you might see me actually adding some roof decorations on top of the roof, especially in the front gate, which is dragons. I'm pretty sure in Balinese culture, those are not dragons. I saw those intricate wadi roofs on front gate, uncle. I only can find dragons from Bon Voyage actually fitting from this house. Alright, I'm reaching to the end of my speed build. What do you guys think of this Balinese style house? Please leave me a comment and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to West Anime Sims for more updates on West Retro Sims content. Once this build is completed, edited off camera, I will post the link to download down in the description below, as well as some screenshots of this house in my Tumblr and my Instagram page. Please do leave a follow in these social media platforms as well. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye!